And we are back. It's just me, Renee.
Hey, this your boy Julio with the Just Us t-shirts on. Look at that. We got merch now. It'll be going up shortly on foresightATL.com. But yeah, let's start off, the right way.
That's for having AC and power back. So
Oh my God, we just spent like 3 days.
Thursday, Friday, and most of Saturday.
Thursday afternoon to Saturday afternoon. And we kept getting updates, like random updates as far as when the electricity would come back on because there's a big outage in our area.
We had a tornado come through.
Yeah, literally, when I say God be blessing us, houses all around us. Not like in front and back, but literally
across the street,
door. Like people missing whole columns. And I ain't talking about columns for show. Columns like that shit hold the porch up columns.
Yeah, all of them were gone. People's fences, trees that were like, I can't even give arm width with how big they were.
Once everything really kicked off, I had done kissed my patio furniture goodbye. I was like, I'll be looking for this tomorrow. It done blew over the umbrella we got set up. Now the umbrella wasn't out. It was, down in the down position. Got blown over because the weights is not.
We rushed it in the house, and that's why I think the fence didn't
when
get
it calmed down a
damaged.
little bit, one of the chairs is right by the door. Pull that in, but the other one we had blown all over the backyard. Basketball goal knocked over.
Somebody had a trampoline. Like the neighbors literally saw the trampoline fly out the yard. Was like 100 feet in the air. I think it left the neighborhood. And people were posting pictures of a trampoline and a tree like down the street somewhere, and I'm assuming it might be our neighbors. Seriously, they were talking about it on the page.
Hey, bro.
So no damage. We were just without power, and it was hot. We were in Georgia. It was hot. We broke down Saturday.
She broke down quicker than I did. And
First off,
Friday. It was Friday. It was Friday night. It was about 8 o'clock. She said, that we're gonna get a generator. I was like, okay, cool. And usually when somebody says something like that, the other person already keyed in. They ain't asking you for $1 set in stone. They gonna do it. When she say that, I don't even. It's not that I didn't have it.
He don't question me. When I say we doing.
I'm just like, okay, well, I ain't got to spend. She asked me to spend my money. Now she did, of course.
If I need something, I'll ask, hey, can you pay for dinner? Can you do half for whatever? And most times people like, I got vacation. Can you just do X, Y, and Z? But one, it's Georgia. It's hot. We had a tornado. It rained. It stormed again almost just as bad a couple hours later that morning. And we got to Home Depot like 20 minutes before they closed. And I was like, I can't do this. So, yeah. All
right, before we really kick into this, shout out to our unofficial sponsors. They be liking our posts. So Crown Royal is the Peach Crown King. That's your boy right here. And Panat, I call her the Panat Queen.
Panat. This is the original. This is my favorite. That's what I'm drinking today. I got the Panat Blue, which I was drinking on yesterday. And then we got our...
is that colada?
Yeah, Panat Colada.
There you go. So I even know the flavors because I got to go on and buy this stuff. And they got another one. I know it's a pink bottle.
That's rosé, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is.
So for y'all rosé fans, they have a rosé flavor.
Real cute bottles for for the female vibe. The top turns into a base.
I'll show y'all real quick. Y'all have probably seen this before if you've tuned in, but yes.
So it makes a cool little base. And, it's just something different. And
it tastes good.
I really like it. I still have not tasted it yet. But I have tasted this motherfucking Peach Crown, and it's just the shit. I'm just going to go ahead and say
I do like the peach. Peach is popping. Peach is popping.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Georgia boy. What do you want?
All right. So really quick, that was just our little intro of our last couple days, what's been going on here.
The Stone Ages.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But today's topic is, does a man need to love a woman more for the relationship to flow or work? Or I already see his face to make things flow or even last or work. I personally believe that a man needs to be more in love with the woman. Generally speaking, y'all. Like, women are emotional creatures. Y'all are more visual. And I feel like if y'all are not, like, madly in love, you will be easily distracted and easily deterred and easily veering off the path of what you should be doing. But if you're madly in love with somebody, you may be like, oh, yeah, she looked good, but I got this at home. And then we can feel it. So like my man loved me. I'm giving you that energy back. So it just, to me, it just works better.
That shit sound good. Hold on.
It do. And I already know people be like, they ain't gonna cheat regardless. But if you are madly in love
first of all, go ahead and clarify. It's not what I'm about to say. Let me take a sip of the fucking crown. This shit finna get interesting.
Let me know if you agree with me. I think a man, in most cases, needs to be more in love with the woman.
All right, cool. Here it goes. I said this last episode, and I'm sure I said this other times. Anything that you can apply to a man, for the most part, change the circumstances to fit the woman, will fit the woman. That is true to the extent of when people have options. There are physically, I believe the number still holds, more women walking the face of this earth than there are men, which means we have more options. Here it goes. Atlanta, right? I don't know the number, the exact ratio. Let's just call it 10-1. Females to males. I don't know. It could be 5-1. All I know is the motherfuckers outnumber. We gonna use Atlanta as they outnumber males. Just across the board. You can break the number however you want. Females outnumber males. Now, with that being said, if a person has multiple options and feels like every option is just as good as the next for the most part to fit their thing, they're going to do these things.
Not if you're madly in love.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if they feel like they have options. Me, I don't feel like I got options.
That sounds up.
No, okay, let me explain.
I disagree, but continue.
I don't. Here it goes. There's not another you. I don't have those options. I already know there's not another you. That option's off the table. I want you. Everything that you embody, good, bad, or otherwise, I want that. That's what I want. So when I say I don't have options, I'm not saying there's not choices of other females. Shit, there's a shit ton of them out there in the streets, none of which I want. Not that they're bad people.
But I feel like you're saying that because you are madly in love with me, because if you weren't feeling me as much, then you would have a different mindset.
That goes for anybody. That's not a male thing or a female thing. Because here it goes. What I see, can only point out what I see. This is not for every female because everything of anything is nothing. There's not everything that applies to everybody. But what I see, a majority of social media will have you to believe that men only do, men do this. Women don't do this.
I'm not saying they don't, but generally speaking, most women are more emotional creatures. Like, we're more open with our heart and emotions than you guys are.
Y'all say y'all emotional creatures till you meet a nigga that got cheated on. That is an emotional basket case.
No, in general, we are. You're only emotional because you got cheated on.
Hey, that come out with the boom box at your front door.
No, on the Ring doorbell.
Hey. Old buddy who do them videos that be like on the Ring camera, and he showed up one time with the midget talking about this ain't even a baby, this is a midget.
We saw his video last night.
Oh my god, that dude's videos be funny because that's an emotional basket case. So when people are in love, that's the shit that's how emotional people get. But my thing goes to what you feel like you have as a number of options. If you feel like your options are endless, then you're gonna treat it as such. But when you realize that person is not an option, meaning something I can go out and replace, there's not another replacement for that, then your mindset changes. Now, you can say it's easier for men because, or men are the ones that fall into this category because the stereotype is men are the only ones cheating. When we know for damn sure women are some of the best cheaters in the fucking world. But men, the stereotype is men are the dogs. Men are the ones that cheat. So that's why y'all say that. But if you put that to just a person, right? Just that statement with removing the sex part of it, then it would work. It fits for both.
Even if it's not cheating, it could be he's not cheating, but she's, giving like more attention and wanting to spend more time and wanting to do X, Y, and Z. But he's like, yeah, she here, but I'd rather play my video game. I'd rather go chill with my boys.
That ain't cheating though. That's you're making an argument nobody's making.
You said men and them cheating and the stereotype.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in general with things working. It don't have to be just cheating. It could be just the attention and the overall part of the
that's a whole different fucking conversation. You asking about where I'm spending my time with, not if I'm cheating. See, that's a whole different ballgame.
I'm just talking about in general. Like, if a man is truly in love, he's gonna want to spend more time and go do this and go on dates.
Based on that, so now you're talking about the paying attention to the partner. Now the question is the other person speaking in the person's love language? Meaning, not only are we doing stuff that interests you, are we doing stuff that interests the other person? And then here it goes, are we doing stuff that interests them together? Because sometimes something doesn't necessarily interest you. It don't interest me, but together we have a ball doing this shit. Whatever the fuck that is, I'm just saying.
Well, I feel like most people don't even know their spouse's love language or even their own. Just saying. That's like a new thing that people are, thing people
breaking that down, because I like to hear me analyzed. What is my love language? Like, how do I...
You tell me.
I'm asking, what is my... Because the things I do, I just do it. I don't do it and be like, oh, this is where I feel loved at. I just do it. I want to see what you're saying, what you believe my love language to be. Like, how do I express that to others? Whether it be me and you or just people in general, like showing love. Like,
I think you are, I don't know what it's called, but like you do things. Whatever the love language is when you're like doing something for someone and like words of affirmation.
Yeah, I think mine is, I don't
know if they are, but
I think mine is one, because I know people don't it from a genuine place, and I genuinely love to see people win. Like, anybody can tell you this on my fucking timeline. If I see something and it looks dope, no matter how big or small it is, because I know how much it takes to get to that point. Just a small thing, right? Open an LLC and people post, a copy of the LLC with the important shit marked out, right? I applaud that because I know what it took to get to that. A lot of people won't even take the step to even think that way. Let me make this a legitimate business, and you took that step. Or you bought a home, or you just became a new parent, or you just leveled up with a cert in IT.
Even stuff with people's kids, like
just anything. I clap and I tell you congratulations. And if I could see the work that you're putting in, let's say you're a coach. A lot of the guys I know that they have teenage sons or even young sons. I know one. He got he got twins, and he got them playing football, and baseball.
Because your female friend, we wouldn't watch her kids. We went to. I forgot was it Macon or something? And
Deanna and her daughter. We watched We watched them win the state championship.
We drove down.
Hey, shout out to the Johnson Adams Smashers. Took that shit home. She is supplying y'all with all-stars on that damn Adams Smasher squad. From her sons to her daughter, she's supplying y'all with grade A. She deserves a plaque on the wall for the amount of superstars this lady has pumped through that school, and I think she got one more to pump through there. She got
I like her. I met her. I like her.
She got one more young one to pump through there. And I swear to God, she needs a section in the gym and on the football field for what her and her family have done for that school as far as championships and grade A players.
I met her. She's awesome. Shout out.
Agree. Yeah. But my love language is for people in general, right? I just love to see people do good. No matter how small or even how big it is, I clap for them, and I genuinely mean it. Like, I mean, I'm not going home worshiping and shit, but, I genuinely mean it. I love to see people do it. I just seen a partner of mine who grew up together, was in the grade with his brother. He's the younger brother, but this cat just bought another truck. I was like, hey, I want to see 10 more of these. Congrats, bro.
I think I know what my love language is as far as like showing it to others. I don't really know what mine is as far as like what I like for me. Maybe I'm a divergent. I don't know if there's just one thing. But I think I'm a giver. Like, I'm always doing stuff. I love to like just give y'all stuff. I probably shouldn't even buy half the stuff.
Bro, hey, I be having now. I gotta watch what I say or give a disclaimer afterwards. I'm not asking you to buy this. I'm just telling you I think this is cool because lo and behold, I'll look up and a holiday like a birthday or Christmas pop up, and I got this as a present. And it's not that I don't want it. I don't want her to spend money on it because I'm just saying that's cool. And one day I'll buy this. I'm just saying it's not on the menu right now, and I don't care for it to be.
I got to reel in. I ain't buying y'all stuff for a minute. Maybe Christmas. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, but I think your love language is giving. giving people.
Yeah, I like
whether
to...
it's giving them something or giving your time, giving an ear is a giving spirit with you, and that's what makes you a beautiful person. Like just giving your time, and no matter how many times a family member will ask you to do some shit and you don't want to do it, 90, some of y'all fall in that 10% where she just ain't gonna do it. But sometimes, and it ain't nobody in particular, I'm just talking about the actual thing, right? Because even the people that fall in the yes category every time will get that 10% sometimes. I'm the only one that don't get that 10%. I get the 99. I'm in the 99 percentile, and I got the 1%. Sometimes she won't do, and that's because I don't ask her to do shit out of the. I don't wear that shit out for stupid shit. It's just what I deem to be some shit you could do yourself. When I say stupid shit, I mean shit I deemed it. Instead of calling me, you could have did this yourself type shit. I don't wear that button out. Some of y'all wear that shit like, hey, I ain't doing that shit. I mean, they ain't asked me.
I do feel like me and Mel are like the go-to for a lot of stuff, and then my older sister for other things.
But it's funny. Like, I be looking at Mel, it's like she asking for that shit. Hey, pile more shit on my plate. I'm like, ma'am,
but that's her thing. She loves
that shit. And I'm like, you need a break, ma'am. I'm seeing you.
That's why I love it. When we vacation, boy, I love the vacation with my girl. We have fun.
Yeah.
But she has like multiple stuff going on because she texts us something. She's like, oh, wrong vacation feed. This is one for this month. But ours is this month. And I got one this month. And we all just came back from vacation like a couple weeks ago.
She's definitely a giving person.
She won the Hoodie Award a while ago.
That shit was like 12.
It was 15. A long time ago. That shit was a long
time ago.
But that was
she still
fun,
won it though. Yeah.
That was fun though. She's a good teacher.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. She's, yeah.
All right, so where else we taking this journey to?
I didn't think we were done because I didn't really hear all of your thoughts because you said you wanted to like
thoughts. Okay, so what's the original?
That men need to be more in love with the.
I just think that honestly, I didn't have a lot to say to it. Really, real talk. It boils down to the person and what they feel their options are, and then you got to think and then it goes back to the maturity level, right? And I say maturity.
Oh, that's a big thing.
I'm saying maturity level based on not that you settle when you're old, is that you realize what you have and what you're dealing with, and then what the consequences could be. And for me, it ain't so much of what the consequences could be. Like, I'm not thinking of how bad this shit can go. I'm thinking about you're not in the picture. That's the consequence that I'm worried about. It's not the other shit. Like, I ain't concerned about this female, what they can't provide. I'm worried about you not being the one providing it. Because I like the things that you provide, but that's just me.
Well, I can say, I feel like we've been together a really long time.
Yeah.
And just seeing where we started from, the ups and downs, progression.
I was definitely on my not a man shit. I was on my boy shit.
And the reason why I agree, and I could be wrong, but I feel like you are, and it could be a maturity thing or a little bit of both, that you are more in love with me now. I
think I grow more in love with you as time goes on. Now, whoa, let's clarify this shit right here. We are not always happy with each other. We are not always each other's best friends. And when I say that, I mean we're mad at each other. We're always gonna be each other's best friend. That's figuratively, not literally. Damn, I done lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought that quick. Damn, I might need to. I need the mic. I might need to. I need the mic. Put some more of this down, and it might come out better.
Water. Give me some tortilla chips.
Fuck another drink.
Let's sober some of that up. Yeah.
No, I heard coffee's a myth. I don't know. I've never drank coffee trying to sober up.
Supposedly that, I guess it's like coffee from Colombia or somewhere. And it works like for headaches and like when you have hangovers. And then people drink it black and they said it's so good. And it's not like the trash that we have here.
Probably so. A lot of shit that we eat, that we think we eat, like Italian food. I use that as an example, right? It's not first of all, it's not Italian food.
And the Asian food.
It's some kind of American version of some dish that doesn't exist in that country. That's what it'd be. Like
sweet and sour chicken. When you go to the Asian spot, if you get some authentic Asian food, it is not fried.
All right, cool. Let's get back to the topic.
Okay.
All right, but I promise you once again, I forgot what the fuck.
But I was saying, I feel like you're more in love with me now. You said,
Yeah, over time, I've actually even told you that before. We were on vacation, standing on the dock, being harassed in Honduras.
Oh my God.
We were on a cruise, and I just felt it at the moment. I was like, man, I'm more in love with you. I feel like I fell in love with you all over again. I believe those were my exact words. And yeah, it just certain. I can't. It's nothing like I'm leaning for this or like you did something.
It's a feeling because I think one time we were in like Vegas, and it's just like different times where we're just like us and we're having like our adult time, and you know, it's that feeling like, man, like this is great, and you need to grow, and you need to stay in love, and you need to like date and do these things, because I feel like if you don't, it's not gonna last. Hey. And realize that your partner is going to change and you're going to change, and y'all kind of just need to take the journey together. And
change is not people dread change. They hate change with a passion. And honestly,
it's not a bad thing.
Change can always be a great thing. Now, sometimes changing for the bad can actually happen, but a lot of times if you let change happen and see, you know, what it produces or, you know, what comes of it actually be a really good thing if you embrace it. But when you fight change,
you got to go with the flow. Literally, like, life is going to happen, period. You need to go with the flow, and whether it's up, down, left, right, like, fill it out, make a plan, and move, like the resistance thing.
Another thing with change, you got to take into account the people you're working with, right? For me, only thing ever matters is how she responds. Everybody else, you literally I'm not bullshitting. Y'all don't give a fuck who you are, fall into the same category with me. It's how it affects her. So people will react to your changes how they're going to react, right? In their own time frame. Mine is only how it affects you. You know, of course, what the impacts I think of parenting on those two.
Well, yeah.
But I don't care what they think. Their thinking is irrelevant to me because they think in the mind of a child and not thinking from the point of view in which I'm thinking. So the changes I'm making, you know, I try to make them where it's better for them and make changes to be a better father. But the changes...
You have. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of good changes there. I just have to shout. And I think they have too. And then I can literally see not just the three of y'all, but in some cases, all of us just like growing more too. We have a really good relationship. They can talk to us about anything, and trust me, they do. So yeah.
So I mean, based on that, I saw changes I needed to make. Because it doesn't have to be raw every time to get the response that I am trying to get, the person that I am trying to mold to become something that I have no idea about, but giving them a good foundation or what I believe to be a good foundation. It doesn't require the R all the time. Sometimes a good conversation pointed out with why I think it should be done this way or what I think is right or wrong could go a long way, and then allowing them to have the place where they feel safe and that they're allowed to express themselves within the confines of what a child talking to an adult that can speak freely can do. Because I still believe in the whole a child's place, but I want you to be in a child's place where you can feel safe enough to express me what you feel, because I remember being that child.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That would have those thoughts and be like, hey, this is not right. Why is this? And not being heard or felt like I'm being heard.
One, it was what they say goes, and you best not ask no questions. And like, I don't feel like we should do everything the way that our parents did, like in a lot of different ways. And to me, it's unhealthy. And I feel like that's why.
So
they're so great.
So yeah, I try to improve upon that.
And you listen though.
And I may not, and I'm the one that won't make the changes immediately. I'm not even jumping through hoops. One, I gotta have time like anybody else. And when people say I need time, they should be like, it'd be like 3 weeks. It don't take that long to analyze this shit right here. Yes, my nigga, we need you to pay attention for 30 minutes to analyze this and be like, well, I don't have time to think about this. Yes, the fuck you ain't doing shit. You got time to think about this to speed up the analysis of this or how you feel about this. That shit be crazy to me. Motherfucker like, well, I need time to think about this. And I'm about to go off on another tangent, but I'm not. I'm going to stop myself before I get there because it's about to go off. Like, what? Where are we going? How are we in here? No. But I try to parent in a way in which they can express themselves, but I can get across this ain't a democracy. This shit is actually a dictatorship to an extent. Or what I'm saying is, you're gonna do this thing, whether you fucking like it or not. You're gonna fucking do this thing, whether you're gonna do it on your own or I'm gonna help you do it. You're gonna fucking do this thing.
But it's nothing crazy. It's like take out the trash, do the dishes, get your schoolwork done.
They have way less responsibilities and chores than I did at their age.
But they are like if
they're producing what I'm asking now, thinking. Let me think about this and how I don't have to ask questions to get this done.
And now even with Jaden, like today, I like because things are crazy the last couple of days, I need to be in my zone to get stuff back. But he came down, he's like, no, just let me help. And he came, he kept me company, he was in there doing dishes and
that's one of his responsibilities as a young adult in his house. He don't gotta wash too much. It's really just rinse it off, put it in the dishwasher, load that mug up the right way to get the most use out of it instead of like 6 plates and they all and fuck up the whole thing. Like, let's line this shit up, get it done correctly. And he does that. And they got other responsibilities, but my main responsibility is making sure that these are productive young men that are ready to go on to the next level of education, whatever that may be, whether it be the military, straight to the NBA. Who could say?
Tech engineers, tech gurus.
Or college, or even starting a full-on business. The business would be honestly, out of everything I just named, starting a business at 18 would be the fucking hardest thing because going to the NBA, either you can do it or you can't.
Young Jokers is some little IT gurus. They are super talented. They are passionate about what they do, and they be surprising us. Because I was like, you doing what? Like, the youngest, they're creating a game. They got like backstories and user stories. They're doing load testing and regression testing. They got this person's doing GUI testing and I'm doing, they don't know what GUI testing is.
They don't know what the actual terms are. My son, I asked him, we got back from vacay and I'm like, all right, it's time to get back in mode of what they do. And their responsibilities are simple. Other than their chores, every day, and I set the time period, but it's free to move. But, this is just we'll put this here type thing and then they can maneuver how they want. Is 11 to 12 for 1 hour, do whatever their craft is, right? So my oldest son, he decided, well, I don't want to push for basketball. I want to just focus on this e-gaming thing. Boom, I'm with you. That's a passion. Let me get behind it. What is the game that you want to play? It's Smash Brothers. All right, cool. They actually give scholarships for this shit. I learned a lot in the last year of making sure I show up for my son and figure out this whole e-gaming thing and see how I could be a benefit and give him something else to think about. And come to find out, they're giving scholarships for Madden, all kind of shit. So cool.
It's like real sports. He has to get a physical and
everything. That's great. That's the craziest shit I ever heard of.
They're like, he's like,
play
Mom,
video games.
I need you to go get a physical.
Physical.
I was like, we need a physical, so we had to go down to the doctor's office.
And the same thing that I've told when I tell my friends about this that don't have kids that have gone through this, they're like, to play video games? My nigga, no. It's
just, they treat it like sports.
That shit is a sport, so they got to get a physical. It's crazy. They sit in a fucking chair and play with with joysticks. Yeah, it's crazy to me. But, so for an hour a day, he is to play Smash Brothers. I need you to be the best Smash Brother player, and I want him to move to varsity going into 10th grade. I want that for him. That's what he wants. I also push him to go try basketball because he has a mind for it. I coached him last year, and he would literally be on a bench, and I would hear him because I had no assistant. It was just me, so I would hear him telling kids on a bench, hey, you need to see what he's doing. You need to do this, or actually just yelling on the court to other players, hey, go over here, go do this. You're supposed to do this. And I'm like, damn, he's picking his game up really, really fast in what I'm teaching him and what he sees. It ain't even necessarily what I'm teaching him. So he wanted to do that. All right, cool. So I'm still pushing him to go try for basketball and then see how it works out. But e-gaming, that's what he is. My youngest said, you know what? I want to do coding. I don't want to do basketball anymore. He literally told me it broke my heart because he was the one that said he wanted to do it, and then he just stopped. I thought I had one. He just stopped cold. He didn't want to do it that day. He said, I don't want to do this no more. I bet. Well, what the fuck is his passion? His passion, he said he wanted to code. after a long time of figuring out what the fuck it is he wanted to do, you know, that's fine. He's fucking years old. He got a long time to figure out what he wants to do, but I'm just trying to push him in a constructive way towards something. He said he wanted to code. So every day his job is to get on whatever this platform is and do some coding. So him and his friends decided they wanted to build this game. So they jump on this platform and they all got jobs. He described to me regression testing without knowing that shit is regression testing. He told me that shit. I went downstairs and talked to my wife to make sure that I heard what the fuck I heard and that I processed it the way I thought I did. And we both came to the conclusion his ass just described regression testing without even fucking it. So I think, and beyond all that, the foundation of them, they believe in God.
Oh, fun fact. DJ asked me for a Bible, and he was like, a real Bible, not like the vacation stuff.
Not like broken down. Well, this is what Mark said.
And the kids, like, he asked for a real Bible. So we got to get him a real Bible. That's what he asked for.
Oh, hey. You know what? We're finna get out of here.
Because I got to finish cooking. We're about to eat some ribs. I don't know if y'all know what corn pudding is, but corn pudding. I already made the baked mac and cheese. You need to make some cornbread. And, yeah. You got cheesecake for dessert.
Yeah, I mean, and I got some cheesecake in that bitch. Yeah. Whatever. Hey, but yeah, it's your boy Julio. Thank you for tuning in. As always, it's the Peach Crown King.
And just me, Renee, the Panat Queen. Thanks for tuning in. We will see y'all next time. Peace.